Hi, second and third graders. Today we are going to learn about landscapes. Landscapes are pictures of the land, the outdoors. We are going to create a landscape, and I'm going to show you how I want each of these done. If you were in my class last year, you learned how to create a tree. And we're going to use what we learned last year and make these 3 trees, trying to make them look like they're going farther and farther away in the background. Hopefully you watched the video to learn what a foreground is, what the middle ground is, and what the background is. And we're going to use all that information. You're going to need hopefully colored pencils if you have them, or crayons will work also for this. We do not want to use markers because we're going to blend our colors together. And then of course paper, pencil. If you have a black Sharpie, black marker, I would like you to use one of those as well. Let's do it. Okay, so in our landscape picture, you are going to need a foreground, middle ground, background. Your foreground needs to go off the page. You also need a horizon line, and it may not look like my example, which means you need to add details to it to make it a little more interesting, or place your trees in different places that I do. Last year, if you took my art classes at WOVA or any of the face-to-face second grade classes, then you learned how to make a tree. So foreground is the front. When we draw, we start from the front and work our way back. So our biggest things are closest to us. So we are going to start with doing a tree someplace in the front going off the bottom of the page. Then last year we learned how to make the V in the middle, and then you need to start making your V's into branches. And add some more branches coming off the branches to make it look a little more realistic. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do just a quick bumpy line going around the tree. Okay, so that's my foreground. Now I need to make a middle ground. We work our way from foreground to background. So this is gonna start a little higher off the ground, and it's not going to be as big as the first tree. And that will make it look like it is going farther back away from us. And then our third tree is going to be really close to the background, and it's going to be smaller. So it starts higher up and it's in the background, so this tree is in front of it. And I will add more branches when I am sharpening. So just to give you an idea of the type of look we're going for. So again, this tree goes behind the front one, it goes behind the middle one. Okay. Then we need to have a horizon line. The horizon line is where the ground and the sky crash together. You cannot have anything growing out of the horizon line, so I can't have this tree, the horizon line, go below that tree because the horizon line is the farthest point possible. If you go out to Lake Michigan to watch the sunset, the horizon line is where the sun goes behind the water. So we need to have the horizon line above where this tree ends. So I'm gonna have it back here. It needs to be the straight line going across the back. Then I want you to have a background. In your background, you can do a sun, you can do clouds, whatever you want in the sky. Okay. And then we're gonna Sharpie it. If you want, you can add a path to it. But remember, the horizon line is the farthest point possible that you see. So I am gonna get smaller as it goes off the page or goes close to the horizon line. I can't see where that path is or that road is through the trees. So now I am going to Sharpie it and I'll tell you how I want it colored. Okay, some reminders when you make trees. I added a little bit of detail in here. So all of your branches should be in a Y shape. Your branches are where the leaves come out of. So you can't have the leaves coming out of the bottom of the tree, and you can't have your branches, just a couple of them itty bitty in the middle. Okay, so I have Sharpied this. I have erased all of my pencil marks, and now we're gonna get coloring. I prefer colored pencils on this project. If you don't have colored pencils, then use crayons. If you don't have crayons, then oil pastels work too. We wanna blend colors together. So we want to start making this look a little bit more realistic. We want to play with techniques with our color pencils if you have them. I'm using art sticks. Art sticks are the lead to the color pencils. So when we do this project, I'm going to start with a dark color, and I'm just going to do some lines in the direction that my branches are going. They're kind of wavy, pressing kind of hard, so that way when I do my last color, it'll still show through. But I don't want the whole thing one color because that won't make it look realistic. You need to have at least 2 colors, if not 3, if possible. If you don't have 3 different browns, then use the light brown, then the dark brown, and then the light brown again. Or use the dark brown, then the light brown, and then the dark brown again. So I'm going the direction that my branches are. So this is the first time I'm going to tell you not to go in the same direction. Then I'm going to pick a different color and do the same thing. And then with the last color, I am coloring in the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna keep coloring those in a little bit, but I'm gonna do the same thing for the grass, but this time I am coloring like zigzag lines, bigger in the front, and then basically no detail in the back. Maybe around the trunk of my tree a little bit. Again, I'm gonna use 3 colors in here because that gives it depth and a little more realistic. I'm going to color these leaves in a fall color scheme. So when I do my grass, I need to think about what my leaves are gonna look like. So then I'm gonna go back, and this time I'm gonna go up and down the entire time I'm coloring this. So I need to go around my edges, then in the middle. But when I go in the middle, I'm gonna start kind of little back here, like blades of a grass. Your grass grows up and down, it does not grow side to side. Okay, again, I'm gonna continue that in a little bit. Now your clouds. Clouds are not blue. They have little specks of blue in them, sometimes a little bit of color from the sunshine in them. But clouds are not blue. They're gray, they're white. So what I am going to do is put some white in here, maybe put a little gray in there, a little bit of blue in there. But I am not going to color on blue because my sky is blue. color the sky one solid color. I do not want any white paper showing through. I call that the underwear because white is where goes under where the color is. So we don't like when our underwear shows, so please hide all of that white. Go in one direction, and you might need to color it a couple times to get all that paper hidden. Around the edges, then in the middle, one direction. Coloring is extremely important in all of our projects. We're doing a lot of drawing projects, so if you color messy, you're not going to be able to get the 4s on your project that you should be able to get. And then last but not least, my sunshine. I'm going to color that in a circle fashion. So going around this way, and then maybe some orange, again in a circle, and then maybe my yellow orange to blend these all in. Still coloring in a circle. One more thing, your leaves. So your leaves are going to be either greens or fall colors. So your fall colors are going to be yellows, browns, which I have browns in my tree, so I'm not going to do browns. I'm going to do yellows, I'm going to do oranges, and I'm going to do reds. I'm going to start by doing loop-de-loo lines all throughout my tree. This is the same way we did them last year if you did them with me. And then I'm gonna do some dark oranges a little bit. And then I'm gonna finish it off with yellows. Again, going in loop-de-loos because leaves are not straight.